Going on, everybody? It's PapaStones coming back with another video. You know what time it is. It's Market Watch Wednesday. We're gonna jump right into this. First things first, we can buy Shadows boxes for 105. That is absurd, to be honest. I don't know if it's because the stock of them is higher or because the set in general is kind of a stinker, but if you didn't get your boxes, now's the time to buy them. Spark boxes are actually cheaper too. These were like 200 last week. I mean, 175 is still not good, right? Or 185, but still on the decline a little bit. Um, Poe Dameron 45. I think that's down a little, but I think Poe's still probably the best card in the set or crate. But yeah, maybe they just keep dropping. Maybe there's too much of it going around because everything in set 2 looks like it's gone down. You can get crates for 35. I want to say, yeah, this is just last week. They were 43. That's kind of crazy, but I don't know. Dark Sabers at 29.69 plus 5 shipping, so 35. Dark Saber hasn't taken too much of a hit. Uh, that's good. Vader's slowly climbing back up, not very quickly by any means, but 60's fine, I guess. Cunning, on the other hand, this is disgusting. Granted, a lot of the Gen Con, a lot of the Gen Con decks, and in general decks running around nowadays are double yellow with Boba and Old Han. So the fact that these are 46 cheapest now is crazy. I did not think it would get this high. Luckily, I bought mine. Well, they were still 35, I think. And even then, I didn't want to spend that much. But yeah, this card's just to the moon right now. Um, if you're not planning on attending any big events or whatever, and you're not playing double yellow, I would sell these immediately. But that's just me. DJ also on the rise. Not too surprising there with, again, all the Han resurgence and old Han, new Han, whatever. Dang, cheapest one is 20 for 1912, I guess, but 20 basically. That's crazy. It's a good card, don't get me wrong, but I don't, I don't know if I'm picking up a second one now, sadly. Uh, that's good for DJ. At least that's decent, but yeah, I want to say these started. Let me check. These started low. Yeah, on the set release, they were $8. That's crazy. Okay. Moving on though. Vigilance still high. Luke's still 40-ish. Tie Silencer finally dropped. Uh, these are like 28 forever. I mean, Red Black Villainy apparently ain't it right now. 20 is not a bad price to buy these at. If you could get them for cheaper, I would, but I like that. Vet, whatever, still a good deck, but I think people are starting to realize you don't need it as much, which is what I've been saying and what clearly other people are thinking at this point. I mean, one of the Gen Con, I think the Gen Con list that won was only running 2 Boba. Not sure if that's just because he only owned 2 or what, but it was 2 Boba and 3 Toro. In my Boba list, personally, I'm running no Boba because I don't own any, but I think Toro is a fine replacement. And that's just me personally. Like, him and Toro go hand in hand. They're both better in certain situations, but Toro's dirt cheap, whereas Boba's $50. So, I mean, pretty obvious for me at least. Um, Moving on though, malls finally going down. These were overpriced for what they were. It's a good card still, don't get me wrong, but Falcon being this cheap kind of surprises me. I think with all the rise of Han, that Falcon would be higher up. Okay, okay, never mind. There's only one person selling one with no sales. So I'd safely call it Still 35. Okay, so maybe I'm just tripping. Snoke, I think, is a stinker. I've always thought that. Even though it sees play, I just don't think it's that great. Every time I see it, I'm like, should be an Avenger, right? So, moving on though. Um, yeah, there's nothing else too crazy on this page, in my personal opinion. Avenger, still chilling. The con pack finally went down a little bit. Uh, People probably don't. I can't believe people even pay this much, but I mean, to each their own. Please note that Ostrich and Darth Maul are not tournament legal. Huh, good to know. 425 at the cheapest. Could be worse, I guess. It's better than the 700 they were asking last week. So, granted, there's a lot more that went out this week, but still. Ray at $12, $11. Not surprising. I think this card's not great. It's sort of got a niche in Han Blue if you're into that. Like it's playable, but it's definitely not necessary. So I don't think these will go up at all. Wrecker being only $7, still kind of surprised, or 6, 7, whatever you want to call it. I think this is the best rare in the set, personally. Um, I think this should be up with K2. I think this should be a $10 rare, but that's just me. Command still the cheapest double aspect, still technically the worst, but sees some play actually. So if you're looking to play double green, like Palp or something like that, definitely pick these up while they're still only 20s. I am curious about this Hondo just because I know it had a top. I'm okay, so it's been more expensive. It's actually still on the decline. Okay. I thought maybe it would go up a little bit after the top 8 it got, but that's the only one I was really curious about, to be honest. What else we got here? Triple Dark Raid. I think these go down. Me personally, I would sell for $4 if someone offered, just because the deck it's in right now is only Grand Moff for the most part, and that deck mostly was like a surprise factor deck. Like people weren't ready for it, but now that it's like more well known, like people board for it or main for it. Like a lot of people are in blue or playing make an opening main deck just because they need a way to deal with lurking tie, and that kind of takes the edge off of the deck. However, there is also the possibility that this card's worth saving because it's good, like in general, right? Like I've sided this in blue, like into control mirrors and paying for 5 because I'm generally a yellow or not yellow, blue green player. If I'm playing control, that is. But like I'll pay 5 for this, and then my ship would cost 5 less. So I'm basically searching my top cards, and if I find a big ship like a Devastator, an Avenger, or Relentless, I just pay the normal cost for it. Then it goes back to my hand, and I can play later. Avenger, especially, you play it, you get to kill something, you attack, you get to kill something, then you get it back in your hand. So like, it's solid. Like, not a lot of people are doing that, but I think it's a cool spice factor, if you ask me. Um, Moving on though, techs obviously on the rise. Oh boy. Now this is what I'm talking about. I've been saying that for a while, but now we are up there since people want this card to do well. So the cheapest you're buying this for is 550. If you haven't already, get your techs because I think it's going to be like Spark Rebellion set one. It's going to boom up. Like it's already going up, right? So Fallen Lightsaber's still overpriced. Uh, Going off of the Gen Con specifically, there was a one Kylo player who was like top 27 or something like that. I don't know. I don't think he got him. He might have got him mad. I don't think he did, but like top 30, I'd say at best. And he wasn't even playing Fallen Lightsabers. So other than that, like there's not a lot of meta relevance in this. So if you can get $8 off of these, sell them for sure. Moving on though, what do we got on page 3 here? Evacuate 6 or 7. Not seeing any real play right now, so not too shocking. Traitorous. Traitorous is kind of slowly creeping back up. It's a good card. $6, yeah. I don't know. I like Traitorous as a card. If you don't have them, I'd grab at least a couple, just because it's good enough to stick around. U-Wing's still pretty cheap for what it is, right? I just feel like there's not a lot of green white going on. It's mostly like maybe a Sabine side deck and old green Han, but all old Han now seems to be flipping to yellow. So it might continue the decline, but hopefully it stays around there because it is a good card. There's no doubt in that. Finalizer is still the ultimate meme. Feels bad. Moving on though. Same with Second Chance, also sadly, and Endless Legions. Maybe, like I said, maybe that's why the boxes are cheaper. I'm not sure if it's just because of there being more stock or the fact that there's so many cards in this from this set that aren't worth anything. Like, imagine if you, like, I know most of the boxes are mapped legendary wise, but imagine you open a box with Second Chance, Endless Legions, and Finalizer, right? You spent $100 on a box and you got $10 in legendaries. Like, you would feel horrible. That's besides the point, though. Spark Rebellion still pretty cheap for what it is. I thought these were more. This Tech Hyperspace. Normally, I don't look at hypers, but I got a buddy that has a pair, and I want to say he said they were more. Oh, I'm slow rolling right now. I guess I can look scroll down to why is it going so slow? Uh, that's not right. You're right. Okay. Well, this is odd. I guess they don't want me to look at Tech Hyperspace. We're gonna ignore that. Sorry. I thought they were more. Whatever. Moving on. Phase 3, still $5. It's crazy. But whatever. Just get the weekly plays. Hopefully you get them from the weekly play, right? But that's how I'm hoping to get mine. But I haven't pulled a single one. Although I have 3 foil Cloud Riders. Don't ask me how. Yeah, it is what it is. Moving on though. Mace Windu is up from $5. That's kind of cool, I guess. I think the Han Blue list that topped was playing Mace. I wasn't in my personal Han Blue list. Old or new Han, by the way. But I could see why. I think it might be worth considering. Maybe I'll have to bust out my store showdown ones and give it a shot. Who knows? I'd have to own Pose for that though, so probably not. But maybe I'll let someone borrow them and use the list or whatever. Had a buddy just pull this Moff Gideon, so good for him. A little bit of cash there for him. Nothing else too crazy here. Change of Heart is down a little bit. I just saw this. I know some decks are playing this. By down a little bit, I mean down a lot. $0. That's what we like to see. Let me get one for $0. Um, okay. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, how is the okay? So the starter deck one is more expensive than this one. That's insane. I guess if you want to flex on people, you use the starter deck one and let them know, like, hey, I bought the starter. So, uh, oof, boy, black one feels bad. My wrongest prediction so far. I'm still holding out hope. I think. Let me put you on. I'm a used car salesman here. I think next set, right? There's coordinate coming out, and it's all about swarming, right? Like you got to have at least 3 units on the board, blah blah. So you're gonna need cards in hand, right? It's there. Let's be real though. I don't know. Maybe that is like my most valid pitch. Honestly, it's to hope for the best, but I'm I wouldn't say pick them up. Like but I'm definitely not selling mine for this cheap. I've got hope for it. Cautiously optimistic. Let's use what else we got here? Judge promo Vader for $40. That's crazy. Um, huh. I mean, I guess that is the highest rarity Vader leader, so it makes enough sense. Um, do we got anything else that really stands out? Uh, Boba Fett's armor, hyperspace. Sneak attack being $2 isn't horrible. People are starting to play that a bit more ish. I don't know. If you're looking for sneak attacks, get them while they're two, not three. um, what else do we got here? Akbar being 99 cents feels criminal. This card used to be $5, but that's besides the point. Hey, there we go, finalists, 15.25. Stonks, baby. I still think you need to pick up your governors. Hey, calm down. Still need to pick up your governors if you don't already have a set. Card only gets better with time. Like they talk about, name stuff being better, like Hunter, they're definitely going to try and push Hunter in a sense. And Governor just says no to multiple copies of that. So get them while they're dirt. We'll probably go to page 10 here, check these out. I technically need one more of these. I might just buy it. What's $2, right? Like, it feels bad, but I have two. It's real awkward having a non full set, but maybe that's just me. I'd rather have all regulars than a mismatched set, but I don't know. Uh, moving on here though. Not a lot to talk about realistically. We're kind of in no man's land. So I think we're going to wrap it up here. I'll go back to page one, throw in some final thoughts. Like I said, if you still like cracking packs, now it's probably the perfect time. Dirt cheap boxes. However, this set doesn't have a lot of value in it. As you can see, the best selling cards are 45, 35, 35. Um, 20, I guess technically there. There's a few okay cards. You probably would make your money back if you're into that. However, set one is still the dominant set in most value, and Cunnings are to the moon. I always said, not always, for a while I'd been saying that I thought Boba would pass Darth Vader in value. Now I could honestly see it being Cunning, which is crazy, but so if you don't have them, and you need them, buy them before they keep going up. If you don't need them and you're not playing double yellow, sell those bad boys, make a little bit of money. Uh, that's pretty much it, though. I want to thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Comment, please. It's much appreciated. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace.